Good morning, Capricorn. Welcome to my channel, Tarot of the Twin Sun. I'll be doing your situationship reading for mid-January 2020, dealing with the great mirror and energies that exist between you and someone else. It's a 9-card spread, and I'll be doing also a small pre-read. So I'll be working today with the 1975 tarot deck from US Game Systems, the Royal Fez Moroccan tarot deck, and go ahead and start shuffling. We'll go ahead and start shuffling and clearing the energy of the deck. If you can, please just relax and clear your mind, and we'll get started. Please take what you will. Remember, these are energies. If I call out signs and it resonates, then hopefully you can take that with you. Otherwise, take what you will and leave the rest for others. Okay. Once again, this is a situationship reading for Capricorn, January 2020, Great Mirror. Okay, so there is an element of healing in a situation, something that has to do with a great vision of the past, something that has to do with the element of fate having a hand in this aspect of healing. This is not usually the type that you're used to, Capricorn. This is unorthodox. There's something about the control that you are embodying that is quite different from your usual fare. It's something about the way you're going about this energy of the star, of healing, of letting go of the Two of Cups energy. There's something here that has to do with the aspects of the universe and a higher power actually helping you go through this process. Okay? This has to do with a type of boredom or a type of letting go, a spiritual path that you've gone where you had to detach emotionally to find a transformation, some sort of transformation that was deep, profound, and compelling enough to make you think about a commitment from the past. This person from the past that you may have been dealing with had at one point a lot of passion for you, but it led to an ego death and a type of separation, but also a need for seclusion, and you had to figure out why your thoughts were controlling you. And in a way, you were able to point to the missing element of this situation, which was communication, and you were able to meet this person's passions in a type of in a type of campaign, a campaign for love. Both of you were offering a great deal of passion to this connection, but in the end there was a slight miscommunication with the style of commitment that you may have been looking for. You had to find a way, or you may have had to find a way into living out your purpose that was once a mystery to you, or at least there was a mystery behind this connection that led you and this person to a bit of fear. There was a type of breakup or breakdown quite a while ago, but you were able to recharge from it, and there was a need for you to actually wake up and to to go on this journey, a journey that involved secrecy, that was moving away from a commitment, an idea of a commitment that once gave you a sense of power. But there is a lot of love in this connection, a lot of it. And this person may or may not be a soulmate, but in the month of January, they may be offering you a very slow and steady way into some sort of equilibrium with them. Okay, but still there needs to be healing on this Two of Cups energy. The connection was very strong. The passions were strong, but for some reason, the cards weren't telling me. There was a type of, a while ago, this is an old connection, a fallout as well as a need to recover in some sort of way. Um, and this need for recovery um, usually it's the inner child that needs to be repaired. Some sort of ego or ego death needs to be repaired, and it's on both ends. So there is a surrendering of some sort of idealization of love from the past in order to find a new structure that helps you not only detach from love but also celebrate it in a certain way, in that it gives back to the elements of the universe. Okay, um, and that is one way of looking at it. Um, and we'll go ahead and pull the Great Mirror, and I'll show you another way to look at it. But the pre-shuffle is clear, and I think this is an older connection. It's with someone who was essentially at one point had a lot of passion. You guys both had a lot of passion for each other. There still is a connection there, but it doesn't seem to be giving you the right impression in terms of longevity. But this person is a slow mover, generally speaking, so there's also a mirroring effect of this slow movement towards either healing or reciprocity in one way, shape, or form. But the Two of Cups and the Lovers came up, so that was very strong. Okay. Okay. So, once again, this is a 9-card spread, the Great Mirror that may exist between you and someone else. Okay. This person, it's not that they've lost passion. They've essentially they've garnered so much passion that it is bottled up and become somewhat of a volcano inside of them, and they're having difficulty dealing with their manifestations. There's something about their passion that seems to be out of control, as well as a bit demanding, as well as a bit angry. They see you as a type of person who needs to go through some incredible social change. Someone who is waiting for the right time and for the right circumstances for a type of role reversal or a type of elation through the right timing. Some sort of divine hand has to come into play in order to become a situation of fortune. Okay, it's a very fixed nature here, so you're dealing here with elements of fixed signs. Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, you name it. And there is Scorpio as well. Scorpio is fixed, I believe. There's something here about the nature of transformation that is deep, and you seem to be going through it in the month of mid-January. Some heavy foundational work that is shifting your idea of yourself as someone who is that is responsible in society. But not only that, it's also switching of relational roles. So you and this person may be shifting in terms of energies of runner-chaser dynamics, or friend or lover dynamics, or friend and foe dynamics. There's something here that is shifting, and perspectives are shifting, and they see this as you as a pinnacle, an example, an exemplum of this change. Okay, that's shifting, and you're actually embodying a shift that's occurring in your environment and in your community, that others can see you as embodying this shift, okay, in one way, shape, or form, or many. There is something where you are rising or you are falling to a certain degree, and there is an element of as above, so below. There's an equilibrium here that is occurring, and it's very fixed. I see the energies of Uranus very strongly because of the star card that was here earlier. This is Aquarius, and it's ruled by Saturn as well as Uranus. So a lot of Saturn, a lot of Uranus. Some sort of great lesson is occurring, and they see you as a bit of a teacher. But they are sitting in anger. Something about them is really angry, and you are waiting in a certain way. They want you to wait for some reason. This person has a bit of a diva-like mentality, or like femme fatale mentality. There's something very Martian about their energy. And you, yeah, you're still waiting for passion for them, but that Four of Rods that showed up earlier was in the reverse. This is the Three of Rods, of course. There's a waiting period, and it's very subtle. But it seems like you're done with that and you're sort of working on yourself, okay? Subconsciously here, between you two, we have the Ten of Cups, and it's in the reverse. So Ten of Cups in reverse indicates to me a type of passion or compassion, but without the need for deep binding commitments. It's sort of a card of great detachment from a vision that you once had of fulfillment, okay? This is emotional fulfillment. This is a fulfillment on intuitive level as well as a creative level. This is also maternal urges and these being suppressed or let loose, released. There's a lot of release here with the two tens on your end as well as in the mirror. This is the mirror, this is your end. The Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. So the Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups are here. This has to do with a type of emotional detachment or an emotional release, as well as material release of things that are tied to emotional heaviness. Okay, so like there is a type of sadness because of a letdown, but also a type of release because you're letting go of things that are psychosomatically tied to your body as well as your subtle body, and you're just becoming sort of zen-like. You're just letting the cycle end in a certain way without any sort of a regret is implied, but it doesn't have to be lived, is a thing. Because usually you're looking forward to something new, and it's indicated here that you are pushing forward. All of these cards. This is like a very momentous setup here. Also, there's something that has to end, that hasn't ended, some sort of vision that once grounded you to commitment towards an emotional commitment here that you may be trying to let go of, that once gave you a great sense of purpose or drive, okay? On this end, this person is ultra single. With the Nine of Cups here, there is an energy of someone who is content emotionally, but then they also have bottled up energies of passion for you or for someone else. I don't know. It seems that they're manifesting things that they don't need to be, but they are generally a bit happy or perhaps arrogant or driven by other things, perhaps a lot of choices, but then all of these choices don't seem to add up to what they once had. So there's a mutual sort of regret here, but it's not regret. It's more like a mutual disappointment, or like a mutual letdown on both ends. So the subconscious aspect to this is what we're trying to bring in. There is a type of release that is occurring here, and it's an emotional release, okay, between you two. So let's move on. Okay, on the soul level, the unconscious level, there is something here that has to do with letting go of conservative things that held back at one point, letting go of oneself and the way oneself treats their time, energy, and resources. The only other pentacle card is here. So there's something about you, Capricorn, that is letting go of a cycle and moving into a cycle of spirituality, or also a type of leaving an equation in order to find some sort of truth. Okay, here on the soul level, you are trying to either cut off the connection that you have with this person, at least on your end, or perhaps to transform and to find some sort of truth about this connection. They want you to communicate very badly, but you are not so concerned with that. I think there is a mirroring effect here. Consciously, especially in the third dimension, they are a bit angry with you, and subconsciously or unconsciously with them, you're a bit angry with them, but you're not even looking to it anymore. You're trying to suppress the connection and perhaps trying to cut it out. So this is a bit healthy, but not entirely the best thing to do, because usually when I see swords energies in the unconscious level, there is an element of overthinking connections, and when you have like a soul connection, which is here, there is there is something here that creates suspension with the Four of Pentacles. It's as if there's no way to embody this connection. Therefore, you are thinking about just cutting it off. This person wants to communicate. They also are communicating to themselves. There's a lot of self-talking about this energy because the rods are pointing their way. And it seems to me that they are talking immensely to themselves, maybe talking out loud and trying to see what this connection is all about, and why it's causing them so much, in terms of what needs to be done. But the mutual sort of clarity here is through the star card, the underscoring motif, the underscoring energy has to do with the Two of Cups within the hands of this woman who is pouring out the energy of the Two of Cups into the earth, into the water. There's something about this act of release that is creating stability for this person. And not only that, it is an act of divinity that this is occurring. So let this happen. And if you need to embody this energy, that will help you get to transformation. This energy of letting go and releasing any emotional pretensions, okay, or any other offers of emotions, basically are being poured out. So this is a month of emotional release, but also emotional detachment or unavailability on both ends. But this person that you're dealing with certainly is single, for one thing, or at least they're trying to be. And they're not even trying to pursue anything from you. They're doing a lot of self-reflection as well as trying to manifest things, but they're doing so out of anger, and there's some sort of like tension here, but it's not heavy. There's no confrontation. Okay. Yeah, so that's what I see, my dear Capricorn. Hopefully that helps and resonates. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'm also taking private readings. Once again, this is Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun. Please take care now, and I'll see you in February. Bye-bye.